Welcome to the CompuBox Academy. The crowd is buzzing for this one here tonight. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Sugar Ray Robinson. How did he make 135 pounds considering he's 5'11" tall? I don't know, but he did it, and he's got a reach of... Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the greatest fighter in the history of this sport. Inducted into the International Hall of Fame in 1990, he fights out of Harlem, New York. Diego Corrales. He's never in a boring fight. A multi-time world champ in 2 different weight divisions.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 100...
It is nighttime, and we are live outside at the Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
Time for our tale of the tape. Julio Cesar Chavez, 171 centimeters tall with a reach of 173. Up against them, it's Diego Corrales, 5'10.5" tall with a reach of 70 inches.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this tear-up. These two are...
He is the Grand Campeon, Julio Cesar Chavez, multi-time world champion in 3 weight divisions, generally recognized as one of the greatest athletes Mexico has ever produced. And here we see Diego Corrales, a multi-time world champion in 2 weight divisions. You don't get a more entertaining fighter than this guy.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
The fighters are in the ring. It's time for the official introductions. Here's the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 107 career victories, introducing El Gran Campeón Mexicano, Julio Cesar Chavez. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Las Vegas, please welcome a 2-division world champion, introducing Diego Chico Corrales.
You've heard of people dancing underneath the moonlight? Tonight, it's a fight underneath the moonlight, and what a fight it should be.
It's cooled down a little bit. The fighters will love that. We might see a high-tempo fight here.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. High hopes for this battle between these 2 athletes. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Caution is being thrown to the wind. A rowdy crowd awaits our main event tonight. They've had all day to pregame. The media's ready, the fans are ready, and you know the fighters are ready.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They've been excited, waiting for this. How have they prepared for this, these fighters? This is going to be so hard, but so different.
Takes that jab. Not a lot of defense here at all. The jab can't find a home. When you're training to fight a swarmer, Johnny, you know this better than anybody. You have got to be in peak physical condition because they're not going to let you breathe.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
No rest for the weary. How about that time counter shot? When are we going to see a jab from these 2? Got out of the way of that right hook. Carries that jab away. Blocks that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Chavez in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Relax. Up and around. Don't worry about that round.
Here we go for round two. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
A swarmer, a good swarmer, will get inside you like a bee. Like a bee, just pickpocket and sting you wherever you leave yourself open. A swarmer is the worst kind of fight to fight.
The straight right just misses. That right hook catching air. Johnny, I love watching these lighter fighters just based on the hand speed and the foot movement. So impressive to watch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
You'd like to see more jabs. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. They exchange punches. Well done with that counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Chavez in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, made look.
On to the third. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That uppercut's blocked. You don't want to go tit for tat here in this fight. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
tried to land the left hook, but it was blocked. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter-punching.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. So time back in. Let's keep fighting. Very close round with talk about Chavez in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because
And there's the bell to start round 4. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Hook just can't find the target. The straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Swing and a miss with the right hook. And down goes Diego Corrales. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Right, Todd. What a shot.
got knocked down but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Diego Corrales that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
I love the response, though. Got back.
There's the bell to start round 5. Got to get the momentum shifts coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nobody home with that hook. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. To be a judge of this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Their vision is being impaired, no doubt about it, but is the referee going to stop it here? And the referee will stop it, and that's it. It's over. The fight is over, and we've got a winner.
Too early, too early. Should have let him get stuck in with it.
Well, Johnny, how do you rate the performance after this stoppage win?
A TKO, we've got to see it again. Because TKOs, they finish the story too early. It's like being kicked out of a club before the night's done. We want to get a full-blooded who won and who lost.
Welcome to the WBC arena. They've been talking the talk. It's now time to walk the walk. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. He is Rocky Marrcano. He's only 5 foot 10 inches tall with a reach of 68 inches. And across the ring from him, Alexander Usyk. He's 6'3" with a 78-inch reach.
Oh my goodness, look at the reach difference there. That reach is going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with, because if that jab is used and that right hand is followed, there is going to be a problem tonight.
Rocky Marrcano, 201.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, here is a Hall of Fame legend from Brockton, Massachusetts, a Ring Magazine world champion, and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the Brockton blockbuster, Rocky Marrcano. Fighting out of the blue corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
If you know you can fight, you don't need a crowd, you don't need anything apart from that opponent in the opposite corner.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. Marrcano with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. Misses with the straight left. That counter punch caught him clean. He misses with that straight left. Perfect counter shot. He wanted action, and they are delivering. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter, because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
One punch could change everything in this battle. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Nice counter punch right up the middle. This fighter has that swarmer's mentality, taking away an opponent's reach, getting on the inside, and just banging and banging and banging.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this, because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
That big hook doesn't land. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Now that's it. Now breathe, just get your breath back. Good.
And you're switching off. I need you to switch back on. Get focused.
Go on, don't let him back in or anything. Don't give him no free shots. Be smart.
He was close to this fight.
And there's the bell for round 2. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
Misses with the straight left. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When you're at such a reach disadvantage, you've got to find a way to work on the inside.
You've got to make your opponent fight your kind of fight. They've got to get into your kind of argument, your kind of dance.
They blocked the left there. He misses with that straight left. Nice counter. Both men step back for just a moment. You'd like to see more jabs. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get your focus back. Get that jab back. Just boxing. Just be smart.
Great round, great round. Now relax. You were thinking, you were smart.
It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it.
Right, jab. And don't get carried away. Think about your defense on the end of all of that.
On to the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
It's bombs away. Nice punch. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He's in there with a Hall of Famer, a legend.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. He misses with that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
I love that. I love that. That jab's slick. I don't want...
I need us to focus on it.
There's the bell for round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
This fight has a real good flow to it. Good defense stopping that jab. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. He threw a punch and just got countered. That counter shot lands. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Don't want to trade shots. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. straight right, just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
You're right. I like that. I'm happy.
Believe. Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back together and go out there.
Don't let them back in the fight. Great round. Just keep them on the other end of that.
Yeah, you've got to go out there and win this round.
Back into the fray here in round 5. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Show us something, Rocky. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Misses with the straight left. That hook just can't find the target. Marrcano, few have been better. One of the greatest of all time.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He blocks that jab. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive then. Defense is not an option for these two. Beautiful counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Come on, you've let him back into this. You're betting this kid. Go back out there.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Just to say it again, don't you?
Let's start the 6th. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Starting starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. And counter punching. Solid punch. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you got to think him. You just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They stopped the hook there. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
I love that. That jab's slick. Good man.
Go back and win the round, right? It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it.
Free shot.
Here we go. It's round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Both men step back for just a moment. Caution being thrown to the wind. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Good job defending the jab. The straight right just misses. Holding nothing back here in the round. That jab was blocked. defense here at all. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the corner man's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
Stick around.
And we enter the 8th round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower, calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The straight right just misses. They both want the knockout. Knockout or bust for both of these fighters. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Jab can't find a home. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
I love that. I love that. That jab's slick. Just keep him
Win the round on your jab and breathe while you're stepping around.
That's it. Now just stick a few body shots in there.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Parries that jab away. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Jab does not not score. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. You'd like to see more jabs. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Uppercut does not score. He needs to be careful not to... How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
A shot from the gods took him out.
Well, he's got Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in it.
Unbelievable heart, knocked down twice.
And he should go back out.
This is the 10th. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Knocked down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Straight right just misses. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it.
Great round. Now relax.
That's start 11. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
If you're in with a powerful puncher, you know you've got to use brain, use smarts over it, because that powerful puncher knows he can depend on that power alone and neglect the technical side. You've got to be smart, frustrate them, use their own power against themselves.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. And he just misses with that jab. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. And there's the bell to start round 12. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
We wanted action, and they are giving us action. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
These men showing exceptional chins, by the way. The straight right just misses. They miss with the jab. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.